Got a hair on my face. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are having a great day so far. So today is a will I buy it video talking about all the latest releases or upcoming releases and just discussing whether or not I'm going to be buying them and why or why not. As always, shout out to these Instagram accounts where I get all of my makeup and beauty tea, my makeup and beauty news, where I get all this information about all the new releases and makeup news. So if you're not following them, then what are you doing? Okay, so let's have a little look at my list. Got my coffee all ready to go. It is hoofing down with rain here, by the way. So if you can hear some like pitter patter noise, it's not mice. It's horrendous weather outside. So bear with. So first up, the Fenty skin tint. Now, when I hear the word skin tint, I'm rarely excited. Like skin tint, tinted moisturizer, it just doesn't get my blood pumping and rushing in the same way foundation does, which is silly because I feel like between the two now, these words mean nothing, do they? We've got like full coverage CC creams banding about the place, and then we've got sheer foundations, so really I don't know why, but when I hear skin tint I just think it's not for me. But I do love a Fenty foundation. They do foundations very well, and actually on reading the description of this one, it's a light to medium coverage, so it's likely to give me the coverage that I like. It's a natural hydrating finish, so that sounds very interesting, and it's also supposed to be like humidity sweat resistant or sweat proof, so that all is very exciting. You know, it is spring now, we're moving into warmer weather, and my goodness, are we going to spend a lot of time in our gardens this summer. So for those reasons, I'm hoping we're also going to be spending some, you know, days out, picnics, things like that, where this type of product is perfect. So this actually came out today, released today, and I've already ordered it. Should be here any day now. And I managed to get a sneaky 20% off as well. So link below, UK bods, I'm afraid, 20% off, don't pay full price. You know me. So yes, that is a tick, 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 tick. Yes, I've already ordered it. I've already ordered it. What more do you want to know? Next up, the Charlotte Tilbury brow product. So Charlotte Tilbury has reformulated her, I don't know if there's an actual new product here. I think most of these, if not all, are reformulations of her products. I feel like Charlotte Tilbury is really focusing on kind of bringing the products where she didn't excel up to par with the rest of her brand. Like Mascara, got it on today, was always lacking for the brand, and now she's brought out a killer one. And brow products as well were always one of those products for the brand that were never like top of anyone's lists or most people's lists. They weren't one that people talked about a lot, and now she's reformulating her brow products. So I really feel like she's noticing the gaps in her brand and starting to fill them in, which is, I like to see it. I love to see a brand that's reflecting and moving forwards. But I digress. These brow products, I don't plan to pick any of them up, really. For a start, the brow gel. I don't like tinted brow gel. I just feel like it gets on loads of brows that shouldn't really be there. And it's a mess. I don't really love it. I just like a clear brow gel, you know, that's my thing. So a tinted brow gel doesn't really appeal to me. You know, I can't have my brows waxed at the moment. Obviously all of those services are closed here at the moment, so I've got a lot of stray brows that shouldn't really be there, and getting tint on them or colour isn't my best friend. So that's a no. I've fallen head over heels for the Huda Beauty brow pencil and the ABH Brow Wiz, what's it called? The ABH Brow Freeze, sorry, pardon my French. And I just don't feel the need for new brow products, and none of these are really wowing me. They look okay, they look fine, but there's nothing here that I feel like super excited to try. So this is all a pass for me. Next up, something that is exciting are the Dior Bronzers. Recently, I've really been craving an exciting bronzer launch, and suddenly they're coming out of our ears. They are everywhere, bronzer launches. And this one really excites me. This packaging, I love Dior as a brand. I feel like this is definitely a gap for the brand, you know, having amazing cheek products is not necessarily known for cheek products, Dior. I feel like they're more so in the like base category, as in foundation, concealer, powders, that we really know them as being excellent in. So I'm excited. These look gorgeous. I love the sound of them. I definitely plan to pick one of these up. I hope they would flipping arrive any time now. I'm sick of waiting, but this is a definite yes for me. I was really excited. Not that I've gone off my Charlotte Tilbury and my Gucci bronzers, I still love them, but you know when you've just been in like a love affair with a product for a really long time, I just want I want a new one. I'm very disloyal when it comes to makeup, I've noticed. I want to cheat on them. I'm literally crying out for a young hot bronzer to come along and sweep me off my feet, you know? Next up, these Patmcgrath kits. I mean, another Will I Buy It, another Patmcgrath release that we're going to talk about that does not tickle my pickle. And it's such a shame because you know how I feel about the brand, you know how much I love that brand. I want to be excited. I'm literally begging Patmcgrath to bring something out that just makes my heart race, my pulse fly. You know, I want another mothership, a big one. I want blushes and bronzers. Oh my, you know, I want her to restock her flipping lipsticks. That's what I want. This, it's not for me. And I'm super excited if this is really exciting for you, because I know lots of us are you know, we want Patmcgrath products to float our boat, tickle our pickles, and it's just not happened for a lot of us recently. I feel like she's ignoring what we're asking for and then saying everybody was asking for this, and we're like, who was asking for that? Who's been asking for these? Not me. Have you? No, these are a pass from me. If I wanted them, I would have bought them the first time. I want blushes, all right? Blushes. Bronzers, a new mothership, bring the lipsticks back, restock them please, for the love of God. That's what we're all asking for. I don't know anyone who are asking for this. I'm sorry, every time we talk about Patmcgrath in these videos, I get fuming. Next up, these Chanel blushes. These are new. Now, I find it very hard to keep up with what blushes are new, as in what shades are new, what are limited edition, what have been discontinued, because in the UK, we don't seem to get half of them. There's only half the shades on the US site, on the UK site compared to the US site for Chanel, and half of them are just never available. So I'm confused. But what we do know is that Chanel have reformulated their blushes. Chanel, what are you doing? What are you doing? They keep doing this. It's like they're literally trying to ruin their own brand. They keep on reformulating their best, most popular products and making them worse. Their loose powder, the Chanel Soleil Tan de Chanel, and now their blushes have all been reformulated and popular opinion not in a good way. So the latest victim to the Chanel unwanted or unwarranted reformulation, don't broke, ain't fix it. What? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's the correct saying. Yeah. They don't agree with that at Chanel. They're like, if it ain't broke, let's break it. That's their new slogan at Chanel. So yeah, the popular consensus from the reviews I've seen, these new shades or new reformulated blushes are not here yet in the UK, but they have started. Stocks are dwindling. Everywhere there's Chanel blushes, they're starting to sell out, sold out. There's none available. There's 1 or 2 shades left. So clearly they're getting rid of the stock, and these new ones are going to appear very soon. I'm still despite the very meh reviews of this new formula, it's clearly for most people not as popular as the original blush formulas, which is a damn shame. But I'm still really excited, and I want to pick up Bron Rouge. This looks gorgeous to me, this particular shade. I'm definitely going to pick it up because although, you know, maybe it isn't as beautiful or as nice of a formula as the original blushes, but I do love this shade, so I still want to try it. Next up, these MAC Love Me lip colours. Now, these are liquid lipsticks, but hear me out. Hear me out. They are a satin finish, so I'm actually excited about these. There are lots and lots of shades. These aren't available yet, they're coming soon, but there are many shades, shade for every season, for every mood, for every person. There is a shade of this, and I have high hopes that these are going to be, in my mind, I'm hoping they are going to be like the Huda Beauty Demi Mattes. I love that formula, but what I'm missing, the shades just aren't there. There's just very few shades that I'm drawn to, but I love that formula, and I just hope these are something like that. They're a kind of, not a dry down liquid lipstick, a matte shriveled lips. You know what I'm talking about. I'm hoping these are going to be more like the Chanel liquid lipsticks, more like the Huda Demi Matte, something like that. That's what I'm hoping for, and if it is, I'll be first in the line for 5 or 6. What a great mask lipstick as well, if they are going to be more in that road. Comfortable, not drying down, but a little more long wearing, bit more mask proof than a regular lipstick. I feel like this could be it. We will see. We can only wait and see. Now, as I said, bronzer's coming out of our ears lately, and the latest one to drop here in the UK, it's been in the US for a while now, but it's the Guerlain bronzers, which again are reformulated. I think they've got new shades, more shades, which I'm always here for. However, if you're going to bring out 6 shades of bronzer, should they all essentially look the same? That's my question to you. Like 6 shades of bronzer, that's fantastic to see. You know, Dior, multiple shades of bronzer. I love that brands. Do you remember the days when there was one shade of, like, a brand had one bronzer shade? Do you remember those days? Now, even brands like luxury brands like Dior, like Gucci, bringing out numerous shades of bronzer. I love to see it, but I feel like Guerlain's are very, very close. Many of these look the exact same, so I'm not that hyped about that. I have seen some reviews. I saw my friend Jacqueline and Michelle Wong have reviewed the new formula, and I can't say anybody was that blown away or excited by them, so for that reason I think I'm going to skip these. I wasn't ever a huge lover of Guerlain's original bronzers. Like, the brand in general doesn't excite me as much as some others, but these I'm like, we've seen it before. You know, I've tried their bronzers before, they were okay, and it appears like they're just okay this time as well. So for me, that's a pass. Another bronzy bronzer product I am excited for are the Wayne Goss duos. I'm excited for these. I want to love stuff from Wayne's brand. The only product I have tried from Wayne so far is the, what was it called? The blue grey eyeshadow palette that I did not love, which was a real shame. I loved the colour story, I loved the idea, but performance wise, it just wasn't quite what I wanted it to be. And I'm certainly still here to try and support the brand and excited to see what they come out with. But you know me, I don't believe in just buying stuff that I don't want or need or not excited by just because I want to support the brand or the person behind the brand. I need to like something and want to get it, and these excite me. These look amazing. I love the idea of a bronzer and a contour in there together. You know, I don't contour a lot, but I'd like to. Whenever I do, I really like it, but yeah, I'm lazy. We know that. I've said that before. I've confessed it to you. These excite me. I mean, I do wish there was a 4th shade. Just, it's hard to tell just from looking at these pictures. I don't know how they'll swatch. I haven't seen them used yet. So I'm really hoping that, as usual, like Kelsey or maybe Kinky Sweat are going to receive these in PR, and we'll get some swatches and we'll get to see it on some deeper skin tones. But it definitely looks to me like we could have done with a 4th shade. But obviously Wayne, you know, he's a small brand. He funds his own brand. So you can understand he's, you know, probably done his best with what he could put out there, and these are likely to be limited quantities as well, so you'll have to snap them up. I do plan to get one if I can, if it doesn't sell out before I've managed it. But yeah, these look lovely, and I'm really hoping this is going to be like the Wayne launch for me. Another thing to point out, I don't know where people got this information, but I've seen lots of people saying that they have a 6-month shelf life, which is just something to note. I don't really pay much attention to shelf lives of makeup. I do with food, don't worry. But yeah, I tend to go off whether something looks gross, smells weird, starts separating or starts not performing like I want it to, rather than the date it says on the packaging. Obviously you should do whatever you want to do. That's what I do. So I'm not so worried about that, but just bear that in mind that this is maybe likely to not perform as well for as long as lots of other products, because typically powder products can, you know, have a 2 or 3 year shelf life. So this is quite short comparatively. Something to note, you know. Next up, the KVD Good Apple Balm Foundation. Now, I didn't plan to pick this up. This kind of wasn't really on my radar. And then a few of you started asking me, am I going to review it? Am I going to pick it up? And I was still a bit like, I don't really plan to. I've kind of missed the boat when it comes to reviews, but then I've seen a few lately. I've seen my friend Tara Lynn's. I saw one of the accounts that I follow on Instagram using it, and like both people that I trust and love and I know like a lot of the same products that I like, and they both were like mind blown. So now it's like piqued my interest, my curiosity. So I have ordered it, and I will let you know how I get on. I'm unlikely to do a full review on it because I'm just too late to the party. The party is kicking out now. So, but yeah, I will certainly try it in a video or update you in a future faves and fails or something like that to let you know how I got on with it. But yeah, we will see. The hype, who knows? Who knows? You know, TikTok is responsible for some wins and some misses. recently. Olaplex number 8. So this is a mask, a hair mask. Obviously, you know that. I love Olaplex, big fan. I love the oil, and I love my most recent purchase was just like the leave-in treatment, which I think is number 7 or maybe 6. I can't remember the numbers, okay? That's what I'll say. But this moisture mask is designed to moisturize, obviously, smooth, add body and shine. I mean, I like the sound of all of this. The only product I've never liked from Olaplex is the previous mask I tried. So I'm a little hesitant to commit to whether I'm going to like this or not, but I certainly will try it. This sounds like all the stuff that I want and need and would like in my hair. But previously I just found I had to use a lot of the mask to get it to cover my hair. And then it was gone in like 3 or 4 uses. And I didn't really notice, there was no like instant gratification. Like I didn't, you know, my hair didn't dry and I was like wowed by the difference. I just didn't really notice any difference with the previous one. So I'm hoping this is going to be an improvement on that, and I'll certainly give it a try and let you know how I get on. Next up, there is a new CC powder palette from By Terry. Now this is a bronzer, blush and highlight quad. Let's call it. Depending on this is one of those products where the brand will say it's universal when it's definitely not. Well, I mean, can it be used on all skin tones? Probably, but you are going to have to use it in a different way depending on your skin tone. So for example, if you have fair skin, then you will use the bronzer as a bronzer, the blushes as blushes, and then the highlight as a highlight, or an all over bit of a glow powder, finishing powder, if you will. So that's fine. Medium skin tones, the highlight's going to be a highlight. Blush and bronzer, you can probably still use them in that way. And then deeper skin tones, the bronzer is not going to be a bronzer, and some of the blushes, highlights may not work on your skin tone. So it's questionable to me whether this is really a universal. I mean, obviously I don't have deep skin to tell you whether I've used it on myself, but I just don't believe in universal being a thing unless it's maybe a lip gloss, a clear one, or mascara. That could also be universal. Other than that, I just don't think that's a thing, but it's very pretty, very beautiful. I don't think I'm going to pick this up. I was very on the fence with the previous one, and the previous one it did okay, and then it was very quickly went on sale, so I don't think it was that popular. I never see anyone still using it. I think lots of people liked it at the time, but who did you last see use it? I didn't see anybody still using it, so I'm just a bit hesitant, given that we can't swatch things and stuff like that, to see, because the bronzer doesn't really look like a bronzer that I would enjoy tone-wise. I don't really like that pink blush, is a bit scary for me. I do like the coral blush and the highlight looks nice, but I do think By Terry, these powders tend to have a lot of glitter in them, so I would want to like get my hands on it and swatch it, which obviously I can't right now, so it's probably going to be a pass. And last but not least, this tortoiseshell collection from Huda Beauty. So there are 3 of her mini obsession palettes. They're caramel brown, chocolate brown, and what does that say? And toffee brown. So you've got 3 options to choose from as far as eyeshadow, and then there are some lip products and also some like makeup bags, things like that. This all is just a big pass for me. I'm not a huge fan of Huda's eyeshadow formula. It's not my favourite. And these are very clearly shades that we all at this point have like 100,000 of. And given that I'm not a huge fan and lover of the formula, I definitely don't need these. Her liquid lipsticks, on the scale of liquid lipsticks, actual matte dry down liquid lipsticks, hers I don't mind. They're one of the kinder formulas as far as that goes. So, but yeah, again, I'm not really, you know me, I'm not really out for like buying a lot of liquid lipstick, matte dry down liquid lipsticks, because I just don't like them. I don't enjoy them. I don't enjoy my lips just falling off my face. So for me, this whole collection is a pretty easy pass. So there you have it. That is everything that I'm either picking up or putting back in the next few weeks. I'd love to know what you guys think of these products. There are some real exciting launches coming up and some not so much, you know? It's a mixed bag. I hope you enjoyed this video and I'd love to see you in the next one. Otherwise, take care for now. Bye.